Hey everybody, one of Weezem here, 12:50 a.m. early Monday morning here. Just recorded Blast Zone's base upgrades. I am kind of torn now because my goal at this point in time in my life is to get Dark Blast Zone the best paths. Yeah, it's really hard because I don't know jack about any of the four. I can only go by what the game's descriptions say, which doesn't do much good when you don't have the solid numbers. What I'm going to do though, the one thing that I'm kind of sure on, I think I would prefer temperatures rising on the bottom end. That of course being for Blast Zone. I just think I've never really liked the fire waves as much as I have like something around me that I can move with. However, if the aura that comes around you only lasts for like 2 seconds, it's going to be stupid. So what I'm going to do, luckily I have that other Blast Zone that's been sitting on the Power A Skylands on the pool table, and he's going to be my guinea pig for that. And if it turns out to be awesome, I'll take Dark Blast Zone down, and if it turns out to be horrible, Dark Blast Zone will get fuel injected, and then I will reset that guy, and we will showcase him taking temperatures rising for a second time, if that makes any sense to you. That said, fuel injected is on the bottom here, so we're kind of going to do these out of order. Not that anyone would know if I didn't mention it, but choose an upgrade path. Fuel injected, release a flaming comet of fuel at enemies. Now the way I understand this is basically you're going to be dashing, you know, like we can do obviously the secondary attack, primary on the bottom end. When we stop, I picture just, you know, the flame wall coming out, which is really neat. On temperatures rising, whenever you end it, you're going to be surrounded by that aura. Now, like I said, if that was armor, hands down, this would be Dark Blast Zone, no questions asked. Don't care how awesome fuel injected might be. However, you know, the firewalls, what happens if you've got like a mob of enemies around you or an arena full, the firewall is just going to go in one direction, I think. I would be shocked if it's encompassing 360 degrees, but if it just goes one direction and you've got like a gear golem behind you and the flame wall just took out like a Greeble and 3 chompies, I would have preferred to have the aura that I could then turn around and actually, you know, damage the enemy that way. I don't have any numbers on this stuff right now, so I'm just like going on probability here. So that said, I'm going to take this guy down fuel injected for better or worse. So we'll go ahead and grab this. I do like the warning box. Again, if you're at this point and you're debating this and it's eating away at you, go to my site, oneofweezem.com. You'll see 5 videos for Blast Zone, 1 for each of the paths. You'll see the spreadsheet, and it will help you make an easy decision. I could do the same thing if I had access to that information. Sadly, since I'm the one that creates that information, it's not been created, and I don't know anything. So we're just going to roll with this and hope for the best. Alright, first thing down the fuel injected path is Heat Wave. A rocket-fueled fireball is shot out at the end of a dash. Price here is $9.60. Let's pick that up. I'll do these one at a time, no doubt, because they'll have to overlap on the bottom end. So we'll back out of here. Our dash is charging up. We're going for... Now, I thought it would happen whenever you ended it. Huh, okay. Let me just try to aim it at that dummy. Okay, I don't even know where that thing went that time. This is not what I had expected. I can tell you that. Let me come way back over here. Okay, so that thing, I guess, like shot off at a right angle for some reason. 35, it looks like it did, and it was really weird to me. There it went through a mush. I guess it's homing in on the sheep, which is bad here, but I mean, if those were enemies, it would be good. Okay. Trying to think here. Okay, I think I saw 55, but I did not see the actual... Okay, so that one went through 2 of them. I think it damaged each. In real time, this is like really hard to see there. But, so what seems to happen... Okay, now, I've been holding A down this entire time. We'd be doing the charge damage, the big hit, and then we have little heat wave going out. If you just do the rapid tap of A, you can actually still send that out, which that's great news. And it's actually way easier to control that way. But as you can see, it's got good range. It's going to home in on things, as it did right there with the sheep and went 90 degrees. But in a perfect scenario, you know, if we're just testing it here, it'll go through both dummies. Let's see if we can get 3 of them. Well, maybe we could have if the sheep weren't here. Yeah, so great range on that thing. So 35 to 53 with great range. So all I can say is, like, whenever you charge up a big hit, it's kind of harder to control that thing, whereas a quick tap, I can kind of control the direction it'll travel. It's fairly neat, you know. I mean, it'll be something I would really rely more, you know, on the actual dash itself. But if that's something that hits an enemy at 53, I'm cool with that. So the last one down this path, again, you just get 2 with these swappers, is Tempered Fire. A more powerful heat wave is shot out at the end of dashing. So end of a dash. I don't know, to me that's not, it's coming out at the start of a dash, not the end of a dash. But I don't know, maybe I'm crazy. 1280 is the price. We're going to go ahead and pick this up. Be interesting to see what it jumps up to. 35 to 53. That's one of those things. It could be, you know, like the 38, or they might take it way up there. But let's see what it looks like here. It is significantly bigger. Let's just try it on this guy real quick. No sheep. 50. Okay. 50 again, so that's probably not our critical number. And that's awesome, because that would mean we'd have 75 on the critical. You see the great range again. Let me step back some and try to hit all 3. Okay, I mean that's alright. Not too shabby. Okay, so we'll go ahead and just label this one what it is. Tempered Fire. I would put the name and then tell you, but I mean, you should know that it upgrades heat wave. So 50 to 75 now. So that is pretty respectable. And I have minor Foreman path there instead of temperatures rising. So that was my bad. Alright. Now we've got the soul gem, and that should be interesting. The soul gems for the swappers usually are. Let's come in here. This is the bottom end we're working on right now. Soul gem is Hot Feet. This is going to be very similar probably to Boom Jet. A fire trail is left behind while dashing that damages enemies. Personally, I would have worded that while dashing, a fire trail is left behind that damages enemies, but it's the same thing. 2240, we'll go ahead and buy that. This probably won't do like crazy numbers. If it does, it'll be very nice, but I'm thinking probably like single digits, maybe an 8 to 12, maybe even like a 5 to 8 type thing. But we'll go ahead, we're charging up, we're going to shoot out the little comet there. Oh wow, is 18 the standard number? That would be, what, 27 on the critical hit? Assuming we have one, which again, there it was, 227. So that is incentive to dash with this guy is what that is. That is really cool. So 18 to 27. I can't complain about this path. It's actually not what I thought. Let me case in point. I guess that was actually at the end of a dash. I didn't even see the... Okay, I guess it did shoot off. It's homing in on something over there now. Okay, now that one didn't. It went off at a 90-degree angle. Other thing of note is that fire actually lasts a long time. So that's really nice. Again, I don't understand why people didn't like buzz about this guy. That alone is pretty impressive. So that said, that is it. That is the Fuel Injected Path. These are shorter videos, but we get to document everything. Luckily with him, we didn't have to go to an arena challenge or anything. Only question now is, what is the temperatures rising path like? This one wasn't too bad. It wasn't quite, it doesn't really look like the picture in my opinion. I was kind of projecting something along the lines of like what we saw with hot dog type thing. But what I will do actually, I think I'll still like temperatures rising, but if in some case it's like a total bust, or fuel injected is like way superior, I want dark blast zone to have. So I'm going to get my second regular blast zone, which again he came in the Xbox starter pack, and we're going to take him down this one. I won't record it, so sadly, you know, like if temperatures rising is awesome or horrible, you won't have my initial reaction to it, whatever that may have been. In other words, it won't be blind. I'll kind of already know. And if it turns out to be like a really bad path, I'll have to reset that guy and buy it again. So, you know, we'll take it from there. But I'll do that, and we will come back and continue upgrading Blast Zone here. Again, take that link at the top of the video description box. It'll help you to make the best choice for your playstyle with your Blast Zone arsenal. And, of course, that's the ultimate goal here. So, as always, thanks for watching, and I will catch you back here in just a few seconds.